All right, it looks like I'm live. I, let's see. What did I do with, now I know where I put the glue sticks. I see them. I brought a glue book. I brought some glue. I have some images. I chose some fun, silly things. I'm really in love with this image of the spider right now. So I thought, and then I came across this guitar, and I thought, what if, I'm obviously going to cover up that. And the guitar only has part of the neck. So I thought, what if we started like that and we worked from there? Let's see if we can pull this down a little bit so you guys can see the whole page. So it's just having a little, sometimes you get into your images and you're like, oh, this is going to be good. Excuse my reach for my cup of tea. It's the last little bit of it. Having a little sip of water. But I thought, I'm really liking this so far. And then I'm throwing some other stuff down because that's always fun. Why not? So I thought I'd just grab some ink, and it looks like we're gonna do purple today. And I thought I'd just start working on this. I don't know if anybody's coming in tonight. I forgot to post it elsewhere. Although the event has been in since I think around 4:30 or 5. Sometimes not Amazon. I got Amazon on the brain, sorry. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't send out those notifications the way they're supposed to. And I know I don't get mine all the time, so naturally other people may not get theirs either. But if anybody's out there lurking, you're welcome. Happy to have you. We love our lurkers. Sometimes people are working and lurking, they got stuff to do. Because I will say that chatting in the box is a job all by itself. Keeping track of everything. And sometimes I just want to watch somebody and listen to them talk while I work. It's nice. Surely it is. So you don't have to ink if you don't like inking. If it hurts your hands, or it's hard, if you have arthritis and it's hard for you, or you just think ink is expensive, because all those things can be, a thing. You don't have to ink. There are no rules. However you want a glue book or journal, whatever makes you happy to be journaling with, just do that. Don't ever let anybody make you feel like you have to do X, Y, or Z to be happy with your. There's a little bit of glue gobbed up in the top of this glue bobber, the top of the glue. I know I've got. Of course, when you want to find things, they tell you no. Like, we don't want to be found. We're not doing what you want to do. So bear with me for a second here while I find the thing I'm looking for. I may find everything but the thing I'm looking for. Some days that's how it goes. All right, this will work. I didn't find what I was looking for, but I found a thing that will at least take the glue rubber out of here. I want to make sure that when I put the lid on it every time, it's seating right, so it doesn't leak or dry out. That would be no fun. Hey, QB, how's it going? Hope you're having a great evening. It's been a lovely, lovely, if windy day here in North Carolina. A little bit windy, not going to lie. All right, so I'm going to take the spider and I'm going to glue it down. You had an exhausting day? Some days are just like that, aren't they? I went up and down and up and down and up and down the stairs a bunch of times. That itself can be exhausting. The rise on the basement stairs is really high. And so I have to take big girl steps. It's like lifting my knees, up about twice as high as they might. It feels twice as high. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's only a little bit more than regular stairs, but it feels ginormous, right? But I hope that you get good rest this evening and that you're not too exhausted to enjoy, the rest of your night. So I'm placing it this way because I want to cover up these words, and the neck of the guitar only goes so high. So we're starting with it like this. And I thought this could just be fun. Where is my little paper towel? Always trying to keep a little paper towel around. Oh, well, did you find a few? It's a little late. Easter's on Sunday. I bet some of that stuff's a little bit hard to find now at some of the less expensive places. Cutting it kind of close there. I hope you found some. I do. We're just gluing down this guitar. Yep, it was nice and sunny today. I think it was around 80, somewhere right around there. But it was breezy, and it was cold last night. In the high 30s, I think, right around 40, like 38, 39. So it got a little cold, and then even though it wasn't cold, you do get that feeling sometimes where you just feel cold, and that's how I felt today. I just felt cold, so I went and sat outside for a little while in the sun, let it warm me up. Had some tea. It was quite lovely. Just making sure there's no tons and tons of glue everywhere. You ended up buying Easter colored paper plates and a huge package of napkins. Yeah, it's getting kind of close. I can understand your dilemma. I really can. Okay, so then I remembered. Now the people, I don't think any of the people are going to fit. But you remember you may not remember, but because I can never remember who's in what lives. But I had cut out this cartoon kind of picture of Jimi Hendrix, and I maybe we can, but I thought, what if we put a guitar god, and maybe I can fussy cut out the Jimi Hendrix if I can figure out where I put my scissors. We'll just use these. I'm always misplacing my scissors. It's a thing for me. So I'm just going to cut around that. And then I want the words, a guitar god, right? Because maybe the spider has designs on being the next Jimi Hendrix in the greater spider community. Well, I reside there. I'm going to do any potluck and bingo. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. I'm glad that you're enjoying it and getting into the spirit of things. That's really awesome. I'm sure it will work out amazingly. All right, so we have some words. We'll put that right there. And then real quick, we'll just cut around our Jimi Hendrix and see if there's room for him on this picture. If there's not, it's not like we won't use him later. So this is not a waste of time. I told one of the volunteers this is my contribution for Sunday. That's nice. Are you looking forward to Easter? When I had little kids, a pair of monkeys. We'll save that for later. Okay. I'm being careful because there's the the belt for his pants dangles down, and I don't want to just snip it off. So yeah, I'm making my way through some paper for. I'm not going to have a sale. Obviously, I didn't have one tonight, which is usually a recap, and I'm going to skip Saturday's sale as well. It was not my idea to do a weekly sale every week, although in theory it is a good idea. I need a little bit of time to get up a few more items, so we're going to skip this Saturday, and we'll start the following Saturday, which is right at the end of the month, I think. And I think that will be just fine. Sturdy paper plates. Easter color, nice. Very nice. Easter colors are always nice. Those nice pastel colors. Is a beautiful thing. Yes, I do remember that you told me that. I'm sure you will have an awesome time doggy sitting. Did you get the treats you wanted? Just fussy cut now. This lovely image. Got her a few items at the Dollar Tree. Very nice. I'm sure she will appreciate that. Dogs are usually pretty happy-go-lucky as it is. And they love attention. It's nice that you get to doggy sit, because I know doggies miss their people when they're away. I am trying really hard to get this to do its thing. I'm going to come at it this way. I'm going to come at it from a different direction, because it just wants to not do what I want it to do. And that is the way of sometimes with the glue booking. Sometimes they just don't want to do what you want them to do. But I got it done. Whoops, and I whacked the camera. I'm sorry. Hey, Yesenia, how's it going? I hope you saw that I got all of the levels up. All the new Patreon levels are up. They're all updated. So those are ready to go if you want to have a look at them at your leisure. I can't believe it's Tuesday already. I feel like this week is flying by. I've got a musical spider over here. He wants to be a guitar god. That's the nature of our collage today. Musical spiders. Hey, Adria, how's it going? How is your weenie? I hope he is doing well and having a great week. I'm cutting out a cartoon Jimi Hendrix. I'm pretending like that's the spider's guitar hero. Oh, you got the equal traveling for the retreat. I'm sorry to hear that. That's no fun. But did you enjoy the retreat itself? I bet you did. Hey, Steffi G, how's it going? Hope you're having an awesome week too. It's nice to see you. We're just having a little fun glue booking right here. A little glue therapy in our world. All right, so there's our Jimi Hendrix. Oh, he will fit on the page. I think that'll be good. Let me put my scissors out of the way so I can catch up. And let me put this on live chat because it's currently on dog chat. You're the godmother of all domestic and wildlife animals. Okay. We all have a purpose. I'm glad you found yours. Ah, good. I thought I sent you a message on yesterday. Maybe I just thought about it. Sometimes I'm like that. She's a pit bull mix. She's used to being around owners. And not a beetle. Aw. Well, it's good that she trusts you. That's awesome. Of course, Creeville was good. Someday I'm going to go on a retreat. But you know what? I'm glad you had a great time. Did you make a lot of fun things? I hope you did. I'm sure you've been asked a bajillion times already. Late to the party. I hope that you recover quickly from your ick, though. That's no fun. We're almost, we've got everything is blooming. I will say that. But that cold just doesn't want to quite give up. We had honorary pot pie dinner the other night, hoping to save, like the last hurrah for the winter season. This is the last winter meal, kind of thing. Let me carefully dab this to push it down with I don't want to rip the guitar. Well, I'm bad. Occasionally I rip off an arm or a leg. By being a little rough with the fussy cuts. But there we go. We got him. Yes, Adria is a woman with a weenie. She owns a Dachshund bookbinding, a tie-dye class, nice, altered paintbrush class, and a collage. Oh, I bet you had an amazing time. That all sounds fantastic. And it's fun to do it with other people. To, see how they do things and to maybe learn new techniques. His godmother yesterday. He was enjoying the tree. Oh, that's nice. That is awesome, QB. All right. So we're going to take Guitar God and we're going to put it right here. That is our spider's goal. This lovely spider would like to be a guitar legend. He's got the arms for it. And I picked new names. All the Patreon levels have new names to go with the Art Asylum theme. So I hope that you guys will enjoy those if you ever get around to popping over there and having a look. Let's just get a little glue on here. And glue that down right over here. I think maybe just like that. A little bit on, a little bit off. Okay, what else have we got? So I've got a couple of words. I have got the beat goes on, which I thought might be fun. I also have how bright can your future be, depending. And then I have this fun picture. It's like a people at a music festival with a big paper mache thing going on. But I think I would have to pick like that or the beat goes on. So I have to figure which one I like best. I think I like, so A, how bright can your future be with the additional picture? Or B, the beat goes on. You're hot from wearing a windbreaker. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, dress for the weather. And then, as it gets later in the day or the more active you get, layers is always best because you can take layers off, add layers on. But if you only go out in one thing, Sometimes it can overwhelm you. I'm gonna go with B. I'm gonna go with the beat goes on. But first, let's ink it. Let's ink it up. Just because I can see the white on the edges. But like I said earlier, if you're not an inky person, if it's bad for your arthritis or you just don't dig it, you don't have to ink. Never let anybody tell you that you only have one way to do things. Yep, the Dollar Tree's always got a nice selection of pet stuff. Kitty and doggy treats. Sometimes it's fun just to go look and see what's the new stuff out there, the new styles or colors. All right. Here we go. It's a good thing you chose B because that's the one I went with. Thank you. There we go. And ta-da! We have the musical stylings of Mr. Spider. And we still have over here, laughing my frosting off, my favorite shredded wheat. All right, so we got one done. And we have some images left over for another time. See how quick one can get. Sometimes I fuss over them for hours, and sometimes they just happen, right? You can never be sure. So I'm going to put up some images and see if anything else is talking to me. We'll see. We have some little bits of paper there. Some words. That may be it for tonight. We may have lasted 22 minutes. Depends on if we find anything else fun to work with. Anything else that talks to me. Sometimes you just never know. So, let's see. What else is going on? I watched a movie last night, An Invitation to Murder. It was kind of a period piece. And it was on, pretty sure it was on Prime. Girl detective. Guest on a locked room kind of mystery. Guest trapped on an island. Which is a theme I've seen quite a bit lately. Aw, that's very sweet. Very, very sweet. Okay. That's a nice picture. Got some small ones here. Red colander. That's nice. Let's see. Let's see if we can maybe find a spot that we like for that one. All right. If we trim that one down just a little bit, I think that would be a good spot for it. I think that would be nice. But we need to trim just a little bit off one side there because it hangs over just a smidge. Just a smidgy smidge. Doggy snores are the best, aren't they? That's some trust right there. So yeah, so I watched that, and I guess the ending before the ending, which I don't always. But I don't know if it was based off a book or not. I could totally see it being a series, but it was just a movie, so I don't think it was part of a larger series of anything. But I could definitely see it. Let's ink this in a different color, maybe. No, let's go with the purple. I like the purple. I have quite a few already. It's going to be time to sort soon into different themes. I like to get up a big pile of words and images and fussy cuts and stuff, and then sort them into themes. I enjoy it. It's like, it's a little bit relaxing, but it's also like kind of a puzzle in itself. Carla, how's it going? How you doing? Hope you had a lovely day today. Rhinoceroses. Rhinoceri? But yeah, I got a lot of work done because I have some projects. It's kind of administrative stuff, things I'm doing for the various places I have social media accounts and whatnot, and working some on the Patreon stuff. I did all the levels on. Today is Tuesday, so Sunday and yesterday. I started them on Sunday and I finished them yesterday. All the new Patreon levels, renaming them and revamping everything. So, and then I have a bit more. You wish. Murder Mittens is napping. Very nice. Is she napping on you or just napping? Okay. And we may add other stuff to this, but for right now, I like that. Sometimes and this is the other one that we did earlier for your perusal, Miss Carla. A spider that wants to be a rock star. Here we go. So, and there's the one we did the other day, our happy eats food. Who doesn't like a little food? I like a lot of food. I'm a food lover. Probably to the detriment of myself. I love food a little too much. I'm just looking through some images over here, see what else maybe we could figure out. If we want to glue anything else down today. Oops. I too that just tried to leap off into the great wide yonder out there somewhere. I always lean towards food pictures. Noodles is Murder Mittens. It's her nickname. She got the claws. Oh, I wouldn't mind finding a place for that. Those windy road images always make me happy. Let's see if we can't maybe find a little place for that. Oh, there's the little doggy with his little ears. I am, let's see, that's a little taller than I'd like. We may put this just on a page and then build from there. we've got her down, but we haven't decided what else needs to go with her yet. Well, you don't have to do things you don't want to do, that's for sure. I'm sorry that you had an argument with your friend. Okay, so let's do that. Let's just trim a bit off the bottom there. And I think that will be a very nice space for that. There we go. She was 100% about me going to the 4-letter word. Word mittens was all over that. She didn't want you to go, or she was like, get out so I can nap. You treat your kitties extra well, though. I know. They get all the quality treats. They're always stealing your stuff to play with. It's always a good time. Oh, she didn't want you to go. Oh, that's sweet. Not probably what you wanted to deal with in the morning before trying to get out to the 4-letter word, but it is sweet in a way. Ah, kitties. We had to close the door to the room I work in the basement to keep the little kitten out of there because she was getting into the ceiling down there and getting totally filthy, probably getting into stuff she shouldn't. And so we had to close the door. No more kitty assisted art for a while. Good for you, QB. Good for you. She wanted you to stay curled up at home so that she could snuggle up with you and you could give her lots of kitty treats. And they're funny with they all really do have their own personalities and moods that they go through, you know. Yep. Noodles has murder mittens. Oops. And I made a pattern. I made the ink shape on because it fell out of my hand. Let's see. What else have I been? I haven't seen any more episodes of Bosch yet. And I did yesterday. I watched a episode of New Tricks. Some of them were very funny, even though they're about cold cases and murders and stuff. But there were a couple before the one I watched yesterday that were kind of funny. And then the one yesterday was a little bit depressing, but it was still a good episode. It was just, some of them hit you in the gut more than others. Oh, she had all kinds of good stuff to say about it. She took some fun classes. But she's feeling a little under the weather. Sometimes you get the ick after you travel or during travel. No fun with that. But from what she said earlier, it sounded like she had a blast. I was super excited for her. I think that's awesome. All right. And here we go. You know how it is when you travel? Sometimes you encounter bugs you haven't, some cooties that they're not familiar, that your body's not familiar with. And they immediately seem to glom onto you and make themselves known. It's one of those unfortunate things. You think the allergen, that could do it? Yeah, that could definitely do it. I don't know about words yet for this. Let's see. See if I can pull this back a little bit. I've got a little pile of words down here I could probably thumb through. Let's see if any of these work. Not Jamaica. Let's see. Barrel of monkeys, not going to work there. Let's see. Oh, maybe that the choice is yours, and then we can snip off and it's simple. That could be a thing. Let's see. Dynamic legacy. Probably not anything food related. There's no food on the live happy might work. I think I want to save that first. You know, it's such a bright. Follow your well-being. That could also work. Peak adventure. I think I'm going to go with the choice is yours and it's simple. Oh, what happened? Saw a picture that Rosemary posted. There was a gentleman. What's that, Chuck? He had a glorious beard. I'll have to go look at Rosemary's pictures. A glorious beard. Supposed to rain in Minnesota Thursday through next. Oh, that's a lot of rain. We had like 3 days of rain. The ground is still mushy, but it was sunny today, but very breezy. I wouldn't call it windy, but it was breezy enough that like I felt kind of a chill all day. Hopefully you'll get to and from work without getting soaking wet. What's your temperatures like right now? Are you having more springy weather or more wintry weather? Because I got to check out any beard that's described as glorious. That's a thing. I'll get over to her group and see about that. I was on Facebook earlier for a bit, but it's open all day and it's open on my phone, but I'm not always on it. Between the phone and the computer, I think it always says I'm on. Because it's just on. I'm not always actively using it, though. All right, I'm going to get a little bit of paper towel here and my glue stick. In the 30s, early morning. Okay, so let's hope for afternoon rain and not morning rain, because morning rain in the 30s is cold and icky and could lead to not great outcomes. But afternoon rain could be okay. Hopefully you'll make it home, dry and safe. I always like to tell the story when I lived in Scottsdale. I was going in the morning to catch the bus for work on like a Sunday or something. And it was a bright sunny day, but in the distance there were clouds. And somehow between my apartment and the bus stop, there was like a microburst. And I got out to where the bus stop is. And I was soaking wet, but it was bright and sunshiny, and people on the bus were just looking at me like I was a lunatic. You're calling a fake spring. That's kind of what it's been like here, except today it got up into the 80s. Not 80s, but I think it was like 79, 80, 81, like right in that range. It was a nice day. I went and sat outside in the sun. I had some tea, little convo. Nothing like having a nice conversation on a nice day. You have a huge golf umbrella. Nice. Umbrellas are fantastic as long as it's not windy. Although I do have to say that there is zero chance of me experiencing liftoff with an umbrella. Maybe when I was younger. There's just some glue stuck in this that I've been trying to work out. I must not have closed it quite enough last time I used it. So there's like, I pulled one out already, but there's a fairly phenomenal glue boogie going on in here. There we go. Now it's cleaned out. There are products for both. That's true. I have seen scruffy beards and mustaches and well-kept ones. It all depends on the style and the region. I once saw a guy in the bookstore at ASU with a whirligig or a whiz bang, whatever the curly one is, like the one you see like the Snidely Whiplash type. And he had on a vest. He was rocking the whole look. I think I was frowning when I walked up to the bookstore because I had to return a book and get a different book, and that's always a PETA. And I saw him, and I was just like, love it. And I smiled and I walked by, and he was like, gave me a nod, like he appreciated it. You met Spot at Target today, like the actual the big head mascot thing. There's a lot more grooming. There were always a few, but there's a lot more grooming products now than there have ever been for beards and mustaches. All right, so let's do a flip through, see what we can see. So there's a spread we did the other day. The chill out, don't be afraid, look at my sad face, give me Scritch's Dalmatian. There's our very serious young old lady and her Jello salad. This one's from today. And that one's from the other day, like a little while ago. I need to find something to put up there. Maybe just some words. Oh, I love that's over easy eggs on biscuits and some hash browns. Oh, I love hash browns so much. I like most potato products. Who are we kidding? I worked at Target for a while. I never met Spot, so good for you. I used to like to go to the dollar spot and look at all their goodies. Sometimes they're really good stuff. There's our puppy with his bear ears. You know what? You told me to put squeeze in here, and I was thinking, and I didn't think about it at the time. I get it. Main squeeze. It took me a little while to pick up on. It was like an hour later. I had left it laying open, and I was just flipping through looking at it, and I'm like, oh, now I get it. In the moment, I was so dense. Oh, yeah. The white bull terrier. That's their guy. And there's our breakfast spread. Ooh, love breakfast food. I'm telling you, if I ever hit the lotto, I will have breakfast out every day because I love breakfast, but I hate cleaning up after it. There's our laughing my frosting off guy. And our brand new Done It Today Guitar God Spider. He's going to become a rock and roll star. And then we'll finish out our look, and then we'll be all done. I am starving. I have not had dinner yet. Bad me. I did kind of have some toast late. I need to find something fun to put on the front, and I haven't really figured out what that is yet, but something will come along. Nice, Carla. That's good timing. I'm so happy. That is awesome. And there's the when it's stuck. I'm gonna fill that with I'm just gonna put a little ink right there. We'll probably put some words over it eventually. Something about comfort, It's nothing like curling up in a bed. That's the brown and turquoise patterning. Ham sandwich. It's a little hammy over there. And then our double milk chocolate and double dark chocolate cookies there. And then there's the beginning of the book. Ta-da! I haven't found anybody to sit on the toilet yet, but one of these days I will. Or maybe like a tiny band, like a little concert scene that would fit like in this area. That would be fun too. The words from that show, Weeds, tiny boxes made of ticky-tack. All right. So that is our evening. What is today? Tuesday? Tomorrow is Wednesday, which is our magazine harvesting day. I think if you guys are game, I will be on at I'm not sure, the lady of the couple that I'm married has some kind of conferences this week that are like from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, I think. So I'll probably be on about the same time, probably about 9:30, just to make sure that it's clear for her. And time for to eat before I go live. I missed it today, but I don't want to, because we're in a more rural area and the internet is not super fast. So only one person can be on doing a live type thing at a time. So 9:30 tomorrow for magazine harvesting. I hope you guys can make it. I will be adding some more things to Patreon. All of the new levels are up. I have revamped them. I put in new pictures. I'm still looking for just the right pictures. I have ones that I think are kind of funny for now, but I'm still working on how exactly I envisioned some of them. But all of the new levels are up on Patreon in case anybody wants to go over and have a peek at it. Other than that, I am working on dyeing some paper. I'm working on some yellow right now, and I'll have some pictures on not Pinterest, but Instagram, that place. And if the wind gods are favorable, I might even try and film a small TikTok of it. Wish me luck. So I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening, that you get lots of good sleep tonight, and you have a fantastic hump day tomorrow. I will see you then if you are available to come in and visit with me while I harvest magazine images. If not, I hope that you have a great Wednesday and a fantastic Thursday. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye, 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 bye. And that's going to be the end for us tonight. Bye, Carla and Queen Bee and Adria and Steffi, who may have fallen asleep, and any lurkers that are out there. And I don't think I forgot anybody. If I forgot anybody, please know it's not personal. But I will see you all again real soon. The end. We're pushing the button. Good night.